Today you join me in a brand new BMW. Nice change. Actually would love to have more BMWs on my channel. Right now I've just picked up this car and we are heading to the BMW test center. I'm not exactly sure what it's called, but I think that's it. This is the Neue Klasse, the new class of BMW with new software that will be going on all of the new BMWs. I think we're going to get a little bit of time on their test track, a bit of slalom, some corners, and I think trying out the braking, the ABS, where apparently the super brain of this car, the new tech, is going to handle it extremely well, so I've heard. I think for people that like to commute, you know, not everyone's a petrol head like me, but people that like to commute in a safe, comfortable car, I think this is exactly that. First impressions, I really like the interior. Everything feels really quite nice. Steering wheel is super funky. It does look a bit special, you could say, but comfort-wise, it sits so nice in the hands. What I'm really liking are the seats. These are seriously comfortable seats. I quite like the back of this car actually as well. I think the back looks quite cool, to be honest. I feel like in the EV lineup right now of what might you consider if you want a nice EV to use, not just daily, but long distance also, this might be the one. Something I've been told to try is this drive assist. Assisted driving activated, so just this button here on the steering wheel. Shouldn't obviously just take my hands off completely, but I've got the destination in the maps. The car should pretty much do most things itself. Right now it's setting the distance between me and the other one in front. Turning around the corner onto the motorway completely by itself. I'm actually quite nervous, hovering my hands over the steering wheel. Okay, that's quite impressive. Yeah, this is a tech monster, this car. If you like tech, you're going to like this car. It's doing it seriously. Okay, that was... Again, shouldn't have my hands off the steering wheel. I just wanted to see how good it was. I'm going to turn it off now just by touching the button on the steering wheel because I like to drive myself, but that was very impressive. I think I can imagine on long distance drives that is quite useful. Let the car do the work and you save your energy. We have now arrived at the BMW test track. So before we get going, let's talk about some facts. First of all, the battery, which can get you up to around 800 kilometers. This is an electric car that you can really use in the real world. It also doesn't hang around. It will do 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 4.9 seconds. If you like tech, then you'll love this car. With a new control unit known as the Heart of Joy, not only will it save you in a tricky situation, but it also makes for a lot of fun when you want it. So on paper, it ticks a lot of boxes. Big range, engaging drive, very spacious, and if you ask me, it even looks good. So with that being said, let's go try it on the BMW test track, not only to see how fun it is, but to see how it manages when I purposely try to make the car lose control. So we're going to test out the new BMW Heart of Joy. This will be on all of the new BMW models. This is a high performance central control unit, essentially a super brain. So let's make sure the car is in sport mode, dynamic traction control. Sadly, not allowed to turn off traction control completely. There we go, sport mode. And let's go for a quick blast to test this out. Actually quite quick. Way quicker than I had imagined. And although, of course, it's quite a big car, it handles extremely well. Let's try the slalom. That was my fault. I went a bit too fast then. I was a bit too keen, but that was actually really fun, and also a good example of how well this car handles and how it takes control if you overcook it like I did then. The Heart of Joy will save you. So what we're going to do now is drive around 90 to 95 into a wet section and slam the brakes on as hard as I can. And I'm also going to steer into it. I'm going to purposely make it worse. So we go 95, 98. I mean, that's a bit silly how well that works, to be honest. So that was the second time I've tried it now. The first time, honestly, completely shocked about how well this super brain works. So of course then for me it was fun, but I'm assuming this was designed for, you know, people driving the car normally, obviously not like this, but let's say for example, you know, people that are maybe not that confident behind the wheel of a car on a wet motorway and you lose control, you could just slam the brakes on and the car will do everything. Doing 120 through here now, 130. It's really alarmingly good. Oh, making myself feel a bit sick because I'm actually pushing this so hard. Okay, let's try and do this slalom a bit better than last time. It was a bit. There we go. Excuse my camera equipment flying around back there. Into the wet section. 80, 90, let's do 95. Here we go, turn in. It's just, of course, put the hazard lights on as well because I was emergency braking. Wild. Tech-wise, highly impressive. Honestly, I didn't believe it would be this good. A genuine surprise about how good this is. Oh, let me get around here. Wild. Okay, let's skip the slalom, try and take this corner a bit faster. Oh, yes. 130, 40, 50, 160, 170, 180. Quite impressive. Actually, very impressive. It's one of those cars you just need to go and try because, as always, it's not easy to get across on camera. See how fast I can do these corners. 120 through here, 130. Just touching the apex. Crazy impressive BMW. And as someone who's not the biggest EV fan in the world, I am genuinely impressed with this. Let's try one feature I'm interested about, which is the self-parking. With one click of a button, the car will scan for a spot and do all of the work for you, so you just have to sit back and relax.
We're going in this space here. We're going to
the car's scanning spots here.
There you go. We want to go in there.
So we should start?
Yeah, I'll leave it down to you.
So this is your first time parking decent. It goes super close, but actually I have to say,
very impressive. I can't park like that.
No.
Genuinely not a chance. And then
also getting out.
If you want to get out, you need to press P again. And we want to get out, so press start. Off we go.
Oh, you think it's going to touch right? It gets really centimetre. Thank you to BMW for inviting me on this test. I'm pleased to say it is really a fun car. What impressed me the most was actually the safety features. The car was actually so much fun that I went out for a few extra laps at the end of the day. And as you'll see in this clip, I went, to be honest, a bit too fast on this corner. But just to show you how well the car handles, even when you push it to its limits.